Welcome to a very special episode of Pages of the Heart. I'm Cassidy, and together with my friend, Hope, we're doing something a little different today. We're diving into the classic short story that inspired Josie Riviera's beautiful historical romance, A Winter Promise, that we've been discussing. This story is Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Snow Image, A Childish Miracle. This is such a fascinating look at how classic literature can inspire modern romance. If you've been following our discussions of A Winter Promise, you'll see so many beautiful parallels and reimaginings in today's story. And if you haven't read Hawthorne's story yet, it's a quick read. You can find it in most collections of American short stories or online. It's absolutely magical and will give you such appreciation for how Josie transformed these themes. Books have this incredible power to shape how we see reality. And nowhere is that more evident than in Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Snow Image, where a simple children's snowman becomes a profound meditation on faith, rationality, and the death of wonder.
You know what fascinates me about this story? How it packs such universal themes into what seems like a simple winter's tale.
The setting itself draws you right in. A cold New England afternoon after a snowstorm, where two children named Violet and Peony are about to create something extraordinary. Hawthorne's genius shows in how he makes the mundane magical.
Hmm, those names are so carefully chosen, aren't they? Violet suggesting delicacy and beauty, while peony represents warmth and vitality.
And right from the start, we get this fascinating contrast between the parents. Mr. Lindsay, the practical hardware dealer with a head as hard as his iron pots, and his wife, who still carries this strain of poetry in her soul.
That tension between practicality and wonder really drives everything that follows, doesn't it?
Well, what really moves me is how Hawthorne captures the children's pure faith. They don't question whether creating a living playmate from snow is possible, they just believe. It's like, well, why wouldn't it work?
The way they build her is almost mystical, using pure snow just as it came from the sky for her heart, bits of ice for her eyes. Such perfect childlike understanding of creation.
And then the miracle happens. Their mother looks out to see not two, but three children playing. Hawthorne makes us believe through these incredible details: how the snow child barely leaves footprints, how birds flock to her while avoiding the human children.
So, what do you make of Mr. Lindsay's role in all this? His well meaning but ultimately destructive intervention?
Oh, that's exactly what makes this story so powerful. He represents how adult rationality can destroy wonder. When he insists on bringing the snow child inside to warm up, he literally cannot comprehend that his help will destroy her.
The scene where she melts away in front of the stove is just heartbreaking. That final glance toward the windows and the cold night beyond.
You know what's fascinating? How this story connects to deeper American themes. That tension between Puritan practicality and transcendental spirituality that defines so much of 19th century thought.
Well, that's what makes it still so relevant today, right? We're still wrestling with these questions about faith versus reason.
The mother's character particularly interests me because she represents this middle ground. She can see the miracle happening, but defers to her husband's practical judgment. It makes you think about all the times we choose not to defend the magical things we witness.
Mm-hmm. Like how society often treats imagination and wonder. We say we value these things, but our practical decisions often end up destroying them.
Modern authors have taken these themes and transformed them in such interesting ways. The idea of faith versus practicality, of seeing versus believing, continues to find new expressions in contemporary literature.
That's interesting. Many modern interpretations add hope to Hawthorne's tragedy, suggesting that people can learn to see with new eyes.
The story really challenges us to examine our own assumptions about what's possible. The mother even reflects that if miracles are to happen, they would come through that same simple, undoubting faith the children show.
Like maybe there are miracles we're missing simply because we've decided they're impossible?
Exactly. And that's what makes this story so timeless. Whether we're in Hawthorne's era or our own, we're still wrestling with these fundamental questions about faith, wonder, and how we see the world.
And sometimes, like those children, we need to approach life with fresh eyes and open hearts, ready to believe in possibilities we've forgotten how to see.
You know what this all comes down to? How we choose to see the world, through the practical eyes of Mr. Lindsay, or the wondering eyes of his children. And maybe the real wisdom is in finding a balance between the two. It's such a perfect example of how great literature speaks across centuries, how timeless themes get reimagined for new generations while keeping their essential truth. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow us and subscribe to this channel so you never miss an episode. If you enjoyed today's discussion, a quick rating or review goes a long way in helping more listeners find us. Until next time, thanks for listening.